Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to do data cleaning using pandas on Python, of course. So first we're going to go over these steps. So this is the map of our tasks, and we're going to get more to learn from these 8 steps, of course. So what we need to do, so let me open VS Code. So this is my data, which contains student names with birth dates and city. We're going to create that based. We're going to create more columns, age, email, and accepted. For instance, we're going to remove null values and remove duplicates and all of that. First of all, you need to have this file, which you're going to find on my GitHub repository at the description, of course. So let's start right away without talking a lot. So this is the data cleaning file, cleaning. Okay, I'm using Jupyter to have the things more organized and well set up. Okay, so first of all, we need to import the library that we're going to work with. So I'm going to import pandas, import pandas. Okay, I'm going to work as pandas as PD. And the first step we need to do we're going to follow this document, of course, to have a clean map of what we are doing. So load the file. So first we're going to load the file. I'm going to define a data frame is equal to, so this is the name, you name it whatever you want. And I'm going to use PD, which is the pandas. Then I'm going to read my file.csv. There is a bunch of other type of files like JSON, HTML, Excel, or whatever, but our type of file it is CSV. And our file exists in the same directory, so you need to call on the directory that you have. So df. So I'm going to run these pandas. So I'm going to use 3.12 Python. You could speed up the video, of course, if you want, because I'm not going to get or edit this video. So feel free to speed up the video in the cases where we're waiting for the program to run. So it's still connecting to the kernel, it's running. Let's run this one. So let's run this one. So this is the data that we're working on. It's loaded correctly. So after that, we're going to remove the rows that contain empty values. So all we need to do, just df is equal to our data frame to df dot drop num value. So drop num value level. We're going to work with na. Like this. This drops the null values in our document. Of course, there is 2 types. We could use this, or we could just remove this df and set in place to true. In place and set it to true, like this. So the difference between these two, that df.drop now, it's need to assign to another file, another value, of course. Like here, I am assigning to the same name, but we could like df2, for instance, and have df this file will work on it again. But if we set in place true, that means we are working in this value itself. So I'm going to go with df in place true. It's better for me. But as I said, that's differences. You could use whatever you want. So I'm going to run again the code, and we could again run the result. So if any null values exist, my table is going to be removed. After that, we need to remove duplicates. So the same duplicates, I'm going to go with it in the same place. So instead of drop now, I'm going to go with underscore duplicates, like this. The same as drop now, we could remove in place and set df, for instance, equal to, and remove this in place. And for me, I'm going just to go with df where I remove and work on the same this important file. I'm going to go and work on that exact one. I'll run it again, run. So duplicates, if ever there is any duplicates, is going to be removed. As you see here, there is only 3.8, and if we open up my file, it is 45 with the count starts from 2, as you see here. And here it is only 3.8, which means that's dropped the values successfully. So we're going to add another one and jump here, set standardize the date formats. So our date here, it's not standardized. As you see here, here is slashes, here is hyphens, it's June, so not standardized. So what we need to do just to get this birth date, so df data frame pass. So I'm going to go with one quote dot equal to. So we're updating our data frame itself. So that's why I assigned it to this. We could work on it without assigning it to it, but I am working on it itself, so that's why I am assigning that value to it. What we need to do, I'm going to call the pandas that to datetime, to underscore datetime, okay, and again specify which column we're going to work on it, which is this column itself. Okay, we could assign to another value, but to another column or another value, but I'm going to update this column itself. That's why. So I'm going to specify the format. I'm going to set the format to is equal to mix. Okay, mixed. Perfect. I'm going to run this. Perfect. As you see here, it's standardized our date. Now I'm going to create another one. I'm going to jump to our document. And here at the new column age, we're going to calculate the age based on the birth date. I'm going here to go with column age. It is equal to. So what we need to do here is to calculate the age based on the birth date. So to calculate the age, we need to know the date of today. So to know the date of today, we're going to get a help from Python, of course. So that I'm going to import from date time. From datetime, import datetime, of course, datetime, like this. I'm going to copy this, scroll a little bit to here, and assign a new value, which is today. So today dates, of course, that means today dates, and call today function, like that. So this today, this is returns today date, like the year and the month and the day. So in here, after getting the age column, after creating the age column or assigning to new value age column, we need to assign to it to calculate the age for each row. So what we need to do, I'm going first to grab our date. I'm going to grab our column birth date. Then we're going to apply on it, on each column, a function. So I'm going to go with lambda functions and assign x value is equal to today dot year, subtract from it the x year dot year. That means for each row, x represents the year, the month, and the day. So now we need the year. That's why I specified x dot year. Okay, this is the lambda function. It works on every single row of our data. That's clean. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to subtract from it something else, which is the today dot month, of course. That returns one or 0 if it's false or wrong, and today dot day. Okay. Let me smaller this a little bit. I'm going to explain it just a second. Give me just a second before explain this. So I'm going to go with this. If it's smaller than this should be x, and this is x. So that means, so let me grab paint to have explain this well. So for instance, today is 2025, and we're going to subtract from it this date 20 minus 20 2000, of course. It's going to return 25, but we do not know exactly it is this person, it is 25 or 24, because probably the month is differentiate. So we're going to check the date. So if the month, which is 09, and the day 03 is smaller both than today date. Today it is, as you see here, 21 March, which is means 03, month 3, and 21. So we're going to check if the month smaller than smaller than the month here of the day, that is going to return false. If one of them returns false, that means that all of it is going to return 0. What are you going to take? This is return 0, so the age stands 25. But otherwise, if it's not, like this is 09, 03, and this is, for instance, here month 10, and keep this like this, so 3. So this is smaller than this, which is true, which returns 1. If it returns 1, we're going to subtract 1, so the exact age it is 24. So I hope it is clear. So that's why we've done this. So after that, what we need to do, we need to create the if. We need to get the index where we need to insert this value. So I'm going to get underscore index, get birth date index is equal to, and get df dot column. We're going to play with columns. That's get location, get look of this column, birth date. After this, what we need to do is just insert into that place. So df dot insert, perfect. Insert what? I'm sorry. Insert this one. We need to insert after it, so I'm going to add 1. So the name of the column, it is age, and we're going to df dot pop age, just in case if it already exists in our data. Okay, like this. So we need to run this code. Let me see. We've got an error that because of today daytime is not defined, that because we did not run this. So I'm going to run it and go back here and run the code. Okay, perfect. Now if we run it, as you see, we calculate the age. What we have next is to do this email. So I'm going to create a new column. Do the same thing as here. We need to create a new column, which is email, like this. Before that, we need to get the name of first name and last name. I'll go with first name, like this, is equal to, and again, last name, it is equal to. We need to get it from df, like this. And of course, we need to make it lower because our data is uppercase, and also remove the spaces in the names and last name. That's lower. And then string that replace, of course, replace any space with non space. So this is going to work. We need to do just to copy this, scroll, last name should be here, last name. Perfect. So the email is going to be first name plus dot plus last name plus this format, which is add this thing here. Perfect. So what we need to do is just to run this one and see. Before we run it, of course, we need to specify the location. So I'm going to grab these 2 lines, pass them here, get index of, we're going to insert it after first name. So I'm going to get here first name. Perfect. Perfect. Like this. And here should be email. The name should be email. Perfect. Let me run. Perfect. Let me run again. As you see now, email and ages. Finally, we need to do accepted based on the age and the year and the city. I'm going to create a new column, and what we need to do, create accepted column. So I'm going to go with this one and name it accepted, and set it equal to. So the case now for each row, we need to see if the age and the age and the city. So what we need to do, so we need to grab the age. Okay, perfect. Age, and check if it's smaller than 21. And we need to do something else, which checks the city. So we need to grab, in this case, burst city dot is in this array, which is fast and McNess, like this. If it's true, so if this is all of it true, let me see, this is inside this function, this is inside this function, and this is inside this function. We're going to map all of it. So I'm going to grab it, open, map that map, and check if it's true. So I'm going to open this. If it's true, it's going to say yes. Otherwise, it is false. We're going to say no. Perfect. So let me run and see. Perfect. As you see here, no, 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 and we have yes at this person. Okay. Finally, we've got one thing to do. It is just to save this file into pandas format. So what we need to do just to say pd that data that frame to save. So I'm going to jump here, add another column. So I'm going to the df, which is pandas. So we call it pd dot df, as I think, data frame, data frame, but we already exported that, so all we need to do just df like this dot to csv. So now we are saving, and we could write the name of the file like cleaned data underscore data, and of course we need to add the format csv, and finally we could like index set it to false to avoid indexes numbers. So I'm going to run this one. Perfect. So if we open our file, as you see here, our data saved correctly on our path, clean data, and this is our clean data, as you see here, and this is as you see here, and this is the not clean data. So I hope this video it is helpful and understand and grab some of the pandas functionalities. And thank you for watching, and for all the documentations for docs that I used in this video, you're going to find in the description a link that takes you to my GitHub repository, or just check out my GitHub and look for a cleaning data repository. And thank you for watching.